In 2022, they beat them in 7, last year they beat them in 6, and now the Oilers have eliminated the Kings in the first round for the third year in a row in 5 games. I know this gets brought up way too much, but I still can't believe this is the same team that was in the basement of the NHL and was struggling so mightily to start the season. Right now, they're looking like a serious threat. Obviously, the 5 games weren't perfect, like there's areas they're going to want to clean up heading into round 2, but to take care of business in 5 with your best players feeling good and giving them a chance to rest while Nashville and Vancouver continue to duke it out, that's massive. By the way, with how much animosity there was in the regular season series between those two teams, how awesome would a Vancouver-Edmonton second round be right now? Look, McDavid is McDavid. I mean, we've talked about him so much on this channel. There's going to be plenty more opportunities to talk about him throughout the playoffs, but I want to talk about the other stuff that makes this Oilers team terrifying, more so than even other recent playoff iterations of this team. Draisaitl also had a fantastic series, but I don't sense a 2022 Oilers team here, where McDavid and Draisaitl are going to have historically good playoff runs, putting this team on their back essentially, with some help from Hyman and Kane and some good goaltending from Mike Smith. Yes, we know this team can run up the score like they did in games 1, 2, and 3, but that 1-0 game 4, that was a true playoff game. The way they played in that one, especially Stuart Skinner obviously with the shutout, he was fantastic. And honestly, the whole defense core, but especially Vinny Desharnais, I found that more impressive than when they go and put up 5, 6, 7 goals. For the goaltending, the penalty kill, and the defense to show what they did, to me that's what's truly terrifying about this year's Oilers. Because you know that if you give them power play chances, they're going to score eventually. You know that McDavid and Draisaitl can break a game open at any time, but if they can maintain this commitment to defense and this quality goaltending, they have a legitimate shot at this thing here, like the best shot they've had since Fernando Pisani was wearing the logo. Also, I know I mentioned him in passing, but massive props to Vinny Desharnais for having an amazing playoff series here after having a pretty rough one last year. He was so good for this team and he stepped up at like the perfect time for them, and they're definitely going to need more of that going forward. Apart from the obvious, McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, and I'll even throw Kane in there because he's proven to be a pretty solid, consistent playoff performer.
Just the drama of it all.
The guy who impressed me the most by far was Holloway. I mean, for a kid of this age to come in and be this impactful in a huge playoff series after missing a good chunk of time with an injury, it's like he was shot out of a cannon, and that secondary scoring could come in so clutch for this team. Especially against teams like Vancouver, Dallas, who can put some by you, you're going to need an extra goal from a guy who isn't a top gun. Lots of encouraging signs right now. This isn't a series where it's like, oh, we really didn't play our best, but thank God we have McDavid and Draisaitl to drag us through. No, man, this really felt like a team win. I don't know, man. Life moves fast in the playoffs. One week you'd be thinking, oh, we're a super team, and then the next week you're eliminated. But as of right now, forget the playoff jinxes and the curses or whatever. If they can stay focused and keep playing like this, they're going to be terrifying for any team, and they're going to have a real chance. And personally, I don't think I've seen that or felt that for any of the recent Oilers playoff teams. Connor and Leon have been extremely terrifying in the playoffs. Go ahead and ask the 2022 Flames about that, but not the team like this. We'll see what happens. It's going to be really fun to watch. Let me know down in the comments which Oiler impressed you the most outside of McDavid and Draisaitl in that first round against the Kings, and what do you think about this Oilers team's chances going in round 2 and beyond? As usual, if you want more Oilers content, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. Going to be covering the other first round series we have on the go here and then focusing on round 2. Might even make some predictions for it, which are probably all going to be wrong. Let me know which teams and series in the playoffs you'd like more coverage of. I'll see you in the next one. You're awesome.